Estou a falar da parte de identificado. Não me chegou nada. Que pause.
Kisima Ingitchuna.
Passos esteira.
Uhum. Será que demora muito? Não, deve ser pequenos vídeos.
One of the things I think a lot of people need to understand is we aren't a museum piece. The Inupiaq people are a living people and a living culture. Even though we're in northern Alaska, which covers this vast area from Nome
Oh
all
my
the way
God,
over
red
the
meat.
Canadian border, is that there is this extreme value of interconnectedness and interdependence.
It's a hunting society, a gathering society from thousands of years.
This is what creates our culture.
That special relationship between humans and the natural world and the animals, and that it teaches you how to have a society that doesn't do too much harm to the world.
Love and respect for nature, for one another, for our elders. Very, very fundamental value, key to life.
Our values are something that bind us all. The importance of sharing with one another, the importance of spirituality, and the connection to the land, our traditions, how we hunt, sharing of stories and songs and dances.
I'm Inupiaq. I'm from the Arctic Ocean.
I am Inupiaq.
Oh.
It's very important to me. It's who I am as a person.
And we're very proud of who we are, and we want to continue that.
Nice.
É para ver os 8?
Não, agora tipo, viste, este é o primeiro, certo? Depois
Certo.
vê-se. Vai-se vendo os outros.
Tá bom.
Não? É melhor assim, não?
Mas está a dizer assistir lições 8 novos. Mas continua a jogo.
Pronto, depois se o segundo disser outra cena, vai, depois vê-se. Mas é fixe por acaso.
Coisa engraçada.
Não gostaste? Eu gosto dessas cenas.
Diana, abre o chat. Eu não consigo ver o meu chat.
Espera aí. Não sei se o meu PC vai aguentar.
Deixa estar então, deixa estar.
Agora estou a abrir.
Deixa estar, deixa estar.
Acabou? Acabou?
Não, deixa estar.
Porque há pessoas que não a responder?
Há pessoas, acho que deixa eu ver já. Tem que... Olá. Oi, tem 2 pessoas já.
Olá. Tudo bem? Que eu já abri o chat, mas no meu não aparece nada aí.
Kisima Ingitchuna. Ibeaksiagalulu Kisima isummertoq. Taprasi kangitsaquarsigaasumman anuqlisuguruqumagaan. Summan anuqlingaaliaqimagaan. Taprasi kangitsaquarsigaasumman anuqlisuguruqumagaan.
Destes?
agora? Assistir?
Assistir. Yeah, 7. É o segundo, não? Eu não sei se devia ter nomes. Deve ser.
Estás em
Vê se-
8, o resto é para desbloquear.
Prontos.
Não sei, como é que é?
Vê a segunda. Yes.
It'd be busy, busy, busy all through the day. You get up and you just go right to work, you know? Right to work.
There was always something to do. There was never any idle time. The only idle time we had was after we eat and before we go to bed.
One of the older people would just be just relaxing, laying down there and saying, you know, it'd be really nice to hear a story. And then just organically, someone would just start telling a story.
Storytelling for the Nupiaq people is very important because it not only created that sense of community, but is a way to pass on wisdom to the next generation.
It was like TV, you know? It was just like, it was as good as anything, any movie you've ever seen. And the storyteller told it so clearly that it was just as powerful as any of the greatest movie blockbusters you've ever seen.
There was a reason behind the stories that we were told because they held traditional knowledge. They held things that we might need to know in life, whether it was about how to find food or how to survive, or it was about well-being and the importance of connecting with people and being a good member of the community.
We all do stories. We all live in stories. We all tell stories to our friends. And they need to be told. They need to be heard.
Já estás a chorar?
Não, mas é super
já.
interessante.
Já
Não,
tá.
agora voltas para trás.
Volto para trás.
Não, tipo, o jogo. Quer dizer, anda.
Ano hulak paisuli sunira kanai chokunni. Tabra ni beak siyagarewaluk ayungitchak. Payaguniuliksako.
Anda lá, menina.
Nunca consigo fazer isto.
Eu estou gigante para te ajudar. O que está a fazer?
Vou morrer! Esquece.
Estou a chegar, não te preocupes. Salvação. Que bug. Lá vem o bug? Bug.
Não,
Ah,
desta
não,
vez deu. Agora desta vez.
Sério? Não acredito.
X, carrega X.
Eu estou carregando toda.
Não está a dar?
Não. E eu estou a carregar.
Certeza. Será que não está a dar?
Não está a dar?
Ai, Diana. Desliga e volta a ligar o comando. Mexe com o comando. Nada?
Nada, para já nada. Olha!
O que é?
Não é justo. Estás a jogar em modo single.
Eu sei.
Tukutawayak tuk kisimreome. Aranap kangapiak tuk.
Não dá.
Espera. Desliga e volta a... Espera, eu vou sair da Parsec. Manda-te uma Está calma, está bem? Liga o comando. Está ligado?
Está a ligar, não vês que ele demora um bocado.
Mexe.
Agora vai ao jogo.
Ré triângulo. Ah, enganei.
Está a dar!
Ah, eu sou a gaja, ok, está certo.
Anda, anda.
O que é que morreu?
Vá, toca a assistir o novo vídeo.
So scrimshaw is this really beautiful method of art that's done either on baleen or ivory, and traditionally it was used to tell stories.
Each etching is telling a story of some event. Caribou hunting was taking place. This is what was going on. War began around this time, and so it sort of gives you a timeline of history through etching.
An elder or the person who carved it would literally be able to read the scrimshaw story.
They're like reading a book, in a way.
A lot of the storytelling traditions would be things that after the storytelling was done, we'd just rely on the next person telling it. And so scrimshaw is a very important way for Alaskan Native people to record their history.
Muito awesome.
Só que não.
O quê? Já deves viver, tipo, no frio. Eu não podia viver, eu tenho a doença, mas tipo... eu morria. Oh, é só cute. Anda.
Não consegues subir, sinceramente.
Muito bem.
Vamos ver com os timings. Toma.
Sim. Sim.
Caguei cerco mesmo, pronto.
Niveaksiagarualup kangersingaruq supayaat ikayorteqaranivilugut allauvluni taamna teriganniaq sivuneqsipkangagaa niveaksiagarualup qanutut peqpaganaqtilaangat tamatkua ikayortauruat.
I'm sorry. Oh, jag försökte sorry.
Kangersingaruq supayaat ikayorteqaranivilugut allauvluni taamna teriganniaq sivuneqsipkangagaa niveaksiagarualup qanutut peqpaganaqtilaangat tamatkua ikayortauruat.
Isso não cais agora?
Então, eu sei certo.
Niveaksiagarualugulu teriganniaqalu ikayuutipiaqtuk Sigade otimigini. Ara kangeksinaitchokon nekanok pisilang.
Sério?
Não acredito.
Oh, ficaste triste por mim.
Yeah. Que sorte.
Pelo inferno não, agora tem. Ai! Ai!
Não consigo estar. Acho que
Tem que ir. Minha lição 5. Tão fofa.
When I was growing up, my grandpa had
Oh,
a
também quero.
white fox.
Ai, tem dor.
If you're a good friend with a fox, when there's danger abound, they try to keep you from getting into trouble.
Ai, minha fofa.
They pull tricks here and there, and foxes are like spoiled little kids in a way. When you let her out, she'd go prancing out in the snow, jumping in the air. I know she was happy then. Come running at me and jump on my chest, knock me backwards, lick my face, and I try not to let it. So that was my memory of my grandpa's pet fox.
Iverksiarollu tikitkaa aimarvini. Agalaan maluunak singamalak. Inyokoluk tikingamalok iverksiarollu piingaan. Ivahalaqsimalok sumittaimma. Ikatjakkumanyainniqsuq. Pakit qaangaarnagu ivaqtani. Nunaaqqiq ikiwaqtuaqaniqsuq.
Sério?
Inyungi tuquttaqtaawaniqsitu.
Pá, outra.
Caribou was it provided for us in many ways.
Our clothing in those days was made of all caribou skin.
I grew up wearing caribou bands, mittens, caribou skin mattress, blankets.
Some people had boots that were made with wolf leggings, sealskin sole bottoms. Baleen was shaved to make insoles. They kept us quite dry and warm as well. But the caribou skin clothing was the best. We would get as many yearlings as we could for our outer clothing. And for a heavy winter, we would get caribou in February or March because the hair was the longest and the skin was the thickest, and we would use those for our winter gear. With that stuff on, you could sleep outside in 50 below and it wouldn't bother you a bit.
Caramba.
Niveaksiarolo upperingit ka tauduk tani. Taudukunak tuak sunapayak sa kuminganeksok. Niveaksiarolo inyuniakatingi bisaw laganeksut. Kano pimnya? Ano kulak paskanyam dahil nakuminyait ka. Tamanga ikumawak tuming. Kaharakpam inyo liptakto. Sumalagula kami, nibeaksiarulu, pichinyingani. Agalan kaharak paskanyat sa gabing aitut.
Ai, a tal cena que temos que... Ah!
O que é?
Espera por mim.
What? Morreste? Não morreste?
Não, não, tô aqui.
Que bugado.
Muito bom, muito bom, muito bom. Gostei.
É muito bugado, sim senhor.
Muito, é bonito, não gostas?
Não, não gosto de bugs.
Oh, eu não gosto de jogo.
Não sei ainda, não. É só de saltar e ia pular. A pular e agachar. Isto é baseado na vida real?
É as histórias que eles contavam, acho eu. Eu vi na internet que era tipo... É baseado na vida deles. Isso deve ser uma história que eles tipo, contavam às crianças. Tem uma coruja para ver um filme. A coruja. Normalmente quer dizer que é para ver um filme. Ah, ia dar para subir, estava assim, não sabe.
Não sobe. Sobe!
Tem calma, não grites.
Contra os bugados.
Oh, sempre a queixar-se. Ah, temos de saltar outra vez?
Vês? Temos de visto isto antes.
Ora, então vê agora. Eu quero ver, é interessante.
Celia is the
Não
weather.
gostas, eu gosto de ver esta cena.
It also means the atmosphere.
Há pessoas que conseguem
There's
viver nestes
then
sítios
enough
bem
for the
frios.
land,
E nós estamos sempre a
and it's
queixar.
anything
Sabes quem é
from
que ia
the
gostar
land
deste?
into the moon,
Quem?
the
A tua
sun,
amiga.
the stars.
A minha amiga.
Tem uma
That's
tartaruga.
Celia.
Ah, é?
Provável.
It's
So
Ah,
depois
depois
very spiritual,
Vê a stream.
and we have a relationship with Celia. Celia
disse
has
para
a
verem.
soul in the
Disseste,
same way
disseste.
we do as people, in the same way animals
Mentiras.
do.
Shhh, deixa eu ver.
I think spirit helpers in and of themselves are really about how we're connected with things. And so it may be that there's a spirit helper that shows themselves as a bird to show you the way home, or it may be a spirit helper that actually decides to show themselves with the face and body of a man instead of their animal form. And so I think one of the things that's hard to understand is that it's not one way of seeing things, it's one way of knowing you're connected to everything.
We've always had that spirituality of everything around us.
It's the interaction you have with the air you breathe, the ocean that you gather resources from, the rivers from which you gather fish, the tundra from which you pick berries, the animals that give themselves. It's all of that.
Onde é que tu vais?
Que é?
Mete.
Vê lá como é que falas comigo.
Eu quero ver todos, percebes?
In the winter, when we were traveling, we didn't build sod houses, we built snow houses. In Canada, they call them igloo, but here in Alaska, we call them apuya.
Apuia.
We do
Grande
a day
apuia.
of travel, and then we'd make a apuya. The next day, my father would set traps, spend the day there, rest the dogs, give them something to eat, and then the following day, we continue to the next place. We'd go to my dad's sister, who had a house at Dubaruk. They had a small sod house over there. We didn't have to do anything. We just visit with them, and my dad and my sister were glad to see each other, and they'd talk away while us kids played outside or go to sleep. By the time we get back to our home, my father would leave us with our aunt or with my grandmother, and then he'd start on his trips and go check his trap line. We were not into 8 to 5 kind of time, you know. We're in a total different kind. We're in ecological time.
Drum is something that's common to all cultures in Alaska. All cultures have a drum that may have some stylistic differences or differences in the materials that it's made, but it's still in recognition of life and vitality, and the drum mirrors the heartbeat. And when you continue drumming soon, it will be in line with your heartbeat, because that's what it's supposed to be, the heartbeat of the community, and it symbolizes vitality. And it's the most tremendous feeling to be in a room and to have one long row of all the drummers, and to have that feeling of unity, everyone beating in harmony, the drum beat in unison. It's the most beautiful feeling. And to know that you're connected, you're on the land that you are connected to. And even if you grew up outside of the community, that which is in you comes from this area. And it's the greatest feeling.
Não gosto. Até acho interessante, é fixe.
Mas já estás cansado? Nada.